it's just me. I've been thinking a lot lately about what people have been saying. I want to get fit, but I want to do this, but. And I've made a video before about getting off your butts. And I just think it's a subject worth revisiting because I do the same thing. We're all human. And I think that but is a difficult word in our language. It tells us to basically erase everything we said before it. So if you want to get fit but, you probably don't really want to get fit. So let's get off our butts. Let's think about what our priorities are. Let's think about what we really want to do. If you try replacing the word but with and every time you would normally use it, it totally switches that mental script that you have. And it's amazing how little tweaks in our language can make such a big difference in the outcome that we get. And I say this because I'm the queen of procrastination. I have been trying to also lose weight and get more fit because that's important to me. And I realized just today that I've been not getting off my butts lately because I've been tired. I haven't been sleeping well. My husband's traveling. I'm here by myself. I'm trying to get my business going, and there's a lot of work, and there's this and this and this, and there are always distractions. Always going to be distractions because life happens, right? And it happens for all of us, no matter what your situation. We all have the same 24 hours. So let's look at the fundamentals about weight loss. Number one, it's easy. It's an easy thing. Okay, let's scratch that. It isn't easy, it's simple. And simple and easy aren't the same thing. The principles are pretty basic. We have to change the way we're doing things, and we have to consume less energy than we expend if we want to lose weight. One thing that people forget, once you've lost the weight, you can't go back to the habits that you had before you gained it in the first place, because all you're going to do is put yourself on that circle, on that Ferris wheel, going around and around to the same place every single time. So try to take it more slowly. Instead of saying, I'd really like to eat a healthy meal, but, okay, healthy eating doesn't cost a lot of money because you end up eating less ultimately when you learn how to nourish your body. Healthy eating isn't difficult. You don't have to spend hours in the kitchen. You don't even have to cook if you don't want to. You just have to choose how you're going to incorporate healthier foods into your diet. So if you really don't have time to food prep, how about buying a rotisserie chicken from the grocery store? Most of the healthier grocery stores will do you an antibiotic-free rotisserie chicken that should be good for at least 4 meals. And then you add a pre-bagged salad to that, meal done. Or you can even buy from the deli some roasted potatoes, some steamed vegetables. You can buy all those things already made. There are meal delivery services. And yes, they cost money, but so does junk food. If you look at the per pound cost of a bag of chips or Doritos, or a pint of ice cream, or any of those other things, even takeout at McDonald's. I mean, the 99-cent menu maybe, but is that really food? Do you know what's in there? I do, and it's pretty scary. So let's eliminate that whole eating healthy costs a lot of money, because you can do beans. You can even buy them dried and cook your own, and it's not that complicated. And beans are very inexpensive. Whole grain rice doesn't cost a lot. Quinoa you can buy in bulk. All of these things you can buy from local farmers. You can split half an animal with someone and keep that in the freezer so you've always got good meat on hand. Lots and lots of ways to do it. It isn't super time consuming. If you spend maybe a half hour a day focused on your health, and it doesn't all have to be at once, it can be in chunks of time, you can get in 30 minutes of movement 3 or 4 days a week. The other days you can spend 30 minutes making a meal, and when you're going to cook, for example, a chicken breast, it doesn't take any longer to throw 2 or 3 in the same pan, right? So then you have food for future meals. Lots of shortcuts. All this to say, any excuse you can come up with for why you can't do something usually has a flip side to it, because yes, you can. So if you don't want to get off your butts, that's okay too, but be honest with yourself. Just say, it's just not that important to me right now, and leave it at that. And that way you eliminate the guilt and that pull. The other thing is, some of those foods that you like to enjoy, like a burger and fries, or even your Doritos or ice cream or whatever it is, those still have a place in a healthy diet. You can eat them. You don't have to never eat them again. And I think that's where a lot of us fail, because we think that we have to give up everything we enjoy in order to be healthy and lose weight. Okay, you can't lose weight forever, so decide how you're going to live once you reach your goal. 80% of the time, maybe closer to 90% if you want to lose weight more quickly, but even so, 80% of the time, if you're eating the foods that you know will bring you closer to your goal, you know that are healthier, you don't eat too much, and you move your body, the other 20% of the time opens you up to enjoy some of those other things. Plan those indulgences. And again, don't overeat them, just enjoy them. Take your time, taste it, savor it, right? Attach it to something you enjoy doing. That way you don't have the guilt of trying and failing to eliminate those foods from your diet. You get to enjoy them so you don't feel deprived, and you still get to reach your goals. Now, if you're going to do 80% of the time on track and 20% of the time doing whatever, just remember you need to be more patient with yourself, because the journey is going to take a bit longer, but that's okay. The time's going to go by anyway. So you can either not do anything and get to the same point next year and say, oh, if only I would have started then. Or you can start now and just take one step at a time. So by the time you get to next year, all of a sudden you're there and you think, wow, that wasn't really that hard. It does require exercising your no muscles from time to time, but with practice you can do that. Anyway, all of this to say, if you need help, get a coach, get an accountability buddy, do some research. Don't put yourself on another diet. They don't work, because you can't stick with them in the long run. They'll work as long as you follow them, and as soon as you're done, you're going to go right back to where you started. And who wants that? And the older we get, the more difficult it is and the longer it takes. The principles are the same. It just requires a little more focus and a little more discipline as we get older. And trust me, I know, because that's where I am now, right? The other thing is, don't wait until you get there to love yourself, to love your body. Love it now. Because when you get to the weight loss, if you don't love who you are and you don't love your body, you're not going to love it anymore then. There will always be something wrong. There will always be something negative to focus on. So one of the things I do in my coaching is we focus first on the inner work, the mental game, because that's where the change happens. That's where the magic begins. And it's easier said than done, I understand that. You have to be willing to put in the time and the effort to get there. So, again, find help, find support. If you want some coaching, get in touch with me. I've got some amazing programs, and I would love to share them with you. I would love to invite you to work with me to help you get to your goals. If you have any questions, let me know. Comments below. Have a great day. Ciao.